Hi guys, it's me, Melanie Sure. Today I'm talking about dysfunctional families and being functional. Just because you came from a dysfunctional family doesn't mean that as you get older you cannot be functional. A lot of people wear that as a badge on their arm or a heavy yoke on their back, carrying it with them into life and blaming that and using that as an excuse for everything that goes wrong in their life and for why they cannot succeed, why they can't push ahead. And yes, it would be wonderful if we all had ideal families, fully functional families, but nowadays that's few and far between. The days of Ward and June Cleaver from Leave It to Beaver series, for those of you who are older, you'll know what I'm talking about. For those who are younger, you'll have no clue. But it was basically a little comedy that portrayed, we'll say, the ideal family where the wife has pearls around her neck and she's cooking and always sweet and wonderful and happy and upbeat, and she's there and she stays in the home and cooks and cleans joyfully while the dad goes out and earns a living, and he of course is faithful and devoted and a wonderful understanding father, and the children are obedient and sweet and nice and everybody has good values. Well, that's not reality nowadays, and all of us are battling something. I grew up in what I believe is a dysfunctional family. Don't need to go into the details of that right now for the purpose of this video, but I slowly learned that I can't wear that badge throughout my life because it's dragging me down. I had low self-esteem, because I didn't have that nurturing push and that nurturing environment, and so I grew up with low self-esteem, so I had to get that esteem through other means in my life by succeeding in the things that I tried to go for. And one of those was book publishing. People were telling me, you can't do that, you didn't go to college, you didn't take journalism class. Well, I started off slow, writing some articles, some guest opinions for small papers, local papers. They liked what I had to say. I ended up getting a job as a columnist. I think it was only once a month. Yeah, once a month columnist. And I did get paid for that. And, then I started submitting some things to some magazines, and they liked it. So I knew that I had some good ideas in my head. But, no, I didn't have the formal education, all that, but I believed in myself. I said, I know I got a brain. That might not have been what, my parents, nurtured in me, especially since I was the youngest, and it seemed like the older siblings got more of the attention in that way. And I think by the time my parents got to me, they were exhausted and just didn't have the energy, and I was always a free spirit, and so anyway, but my point is, you got to believe in yourself. You have to help yourself. You got to pick yourself up by your own bootstraps and lift yourself up and push yourself. There's no excuses. You cannot blame your parents or a bad childhood forever on your life. Yes, it does impact us in some ways, it does impact our hearts, and it does impact our heads to some degree, but you cannot blame everything on it. We are adults in our own right, and we have to at some point take responsibility for our own lives and getting the help we may or may not need, whether it's professional help or just doing whatever we need to do to feel good about ourselves, to feel content about our lives, just to have a good life. It's up to us. We can't keep blaming. So just because you have a dysfunctional family doesn't mean you can't be functional today. Believe in yourself. Push yourself. Strive to reach higher for yourself. All right, guys, that's today's word. The word for Friday. All right, you see I'm in a beautiful environment here. Despite only having 4 hours of sleep and being tired, I'm on my bike here, and pretty soon I'm going to eat lunch and have a nice bowl of homemade chicken soup that I made yesterday, and then I'm going to take a nap. All right, guys, have a great day and a great weekend. Peace out.